All right, well, usually I complete my previous build before I start my next build. And I'm still working on the silver streak here, okay? But I kind of want to get going on the next build a little bit. I mean, this has been very complicated and there are still details I have to work out. So I just want to do something nice and simple and fun. And, you know, I'd like to have 2 new planes this year. So I'm going to get going on another one. Now, I thought I'd do maybe a UK design since it was recently an Aero Modeler was nice enough to have a little article about some of my RC rubber power flying here in Manhattan. So I thought as a thank you I'd do a UK design. And I have several kits, okay? So this is from Vintage Model Company, all right? This one's called the Keil Kraft Competitor. Okay, nice 32-inch design, a really nice looking plane. I've been thinking about doing this. You know, the other thing is for a box this size, it only costs $9 to ship it from Britain, all right? And you know, in the US, it's about the same amount, okay? Now, if you get the bigger kits, it's a lot more expensive. I also have a second one. This one's called the Keil Kraft Ace, all right? And so this is the one I'm gonna do, okay? So this appealed to me, a couple of things appealed to me right away. It's pretty straightforward, all right? Here's the plan. Now, I've done lots of nice laminated tips and all of that, but this has swept back tips, okay? So it's gonna be a nice little, and a swept back leading edge, so it's going to be a little nice change of pace, okay? And if you look at my Hell's Kitchen P30, you know I like swept back tips, all right? So pretty much looks pretty straightforward, not going to change much of anything. Of course, I'll end the landing gear here because I'm just going to have it plug in. I'm not going to have it come all the way up, and that'll also save some weight, all right? I'm not going to notch the trailing edges. I didn't do it on the Silver Streak either. I usually don't bother with that, okay? Now, the wing has got really nice area. You know, I like about 120 square inches for a 30-inch span, and this has 121 inches, so it's good. Happy about that, okay? The fuselage reminds me a lot of the Lanzo cabin, all right? Looks nice and streamlined. Okay, there's also plenty of room for my half tube. I could actually even move back the rear peg if I want to a little bit. The only thing that worries me a little is the wing has got a lot of positive incidence. It shows 4.5. Now, the stab counts for that a little bit because it's got a half positive, which is unusual, but I'm going to make the stab neutral. And, you know, it seems like a lot of incidence on the wing. Of course, I could shim it, all right? I think they go for the long, slow climb here because it has a really, they recommend a really long motor. And if you know me, I like to do the rocket climb, okay? So I'll probably have to reduce the wing incidence a little bit, all right? So here we have, I'll show you the kit, the rest of the kit. It's got all the strip wood, really, really nice. They give you a huge 12-inch plastic prop. Of course, I'll use a balsa prop. They even supply the glue. I've never seen that in American kits. And there's the rubber. We'll see about the plastic wheels. I'll probably end up using balsa. And all the laser cut parts, all right? So I think it's a really nice kit. Looks really nice. Looks like it's a lot of fun. And I think this is going to be a really good flyer, all right? So I'd like to get it out this summer, and we'll see. So I'm just going to get going on the fuselage a little bit while I'm sanding the Silver Streak. All right, the Keil Kraft Ace. Now, I started it back in January. It went together pretty quick. Only took me about a week to get the structure done, but it's been sitting around for the last 6 months. It's July now. Okay, so now I thought I'd get around to finally finishing it up. All right, so let me show you a couple little things. The rudder, I'm not sure you could see it, but I did make a separate piece there, okay? I still have to hinge it, but that's pretty much ready to go. I added a couple of diagonal cross braces in the back here and in the front as well, just because I like to make sure the fuselage is nice and stiff. You can see this is where the servo is going to go. This is where the switch for the equipment is going to come out. And then I put the compartment in the bottom as before. All right, let me show you. I'll take the wing off. The wing was just, I did it straight out from the kit. No changes there, okay? And let me take this off because it's just sitting there. So you can see I put the compartment on the bottom, and what I like about that is a couple of things. Number one, if you want to check the battery, you don't have to take the wing off. And number two is it gives you a lower center of gravity, and that means more stability. Okay, so I did it the same as I did on the Sky Gull. And you can see there I have a little compartment, and it just opens up, and it's held closed with a little pin there. I also made the removable landing gear, and you can see that's also just held in with a pin, okay? Now, usually I use like balloon balsa wheels like this, but this time, since it's a nostalgia design, you know, after World War II, I thought I'd use these, you know, slim wheels here. It's a little bit more modern in a way. They're usually called streamlined wheels, all right? I extended the sheeting in the nose by about a ½ inch. I just wanted to have that a little bit more there, and you can see I put a couple of cross diagonals. I have a Gizmo Geezer nose button. I think that's important. I like to be able to make very small thrust adjustments with the screw. Now I just changed slightly where the wing mounts, okay? It has a V where the wing goes in there. Now there's a couple things. Normally the V would go all the way back. Now one thing I did is I put a piece in at the bottom of the V so that the polyspan doesn't pull up when you shrink it, okay? Also, there was nothing to mount the windshield on, so I put a piece of a 1/16 by an ace here. The wing butts up against that, and then that gives you something nice and flat to put the windshield on. The other thing I did is I didn't make this, you know, they have it down here, but as I said before, I'm worried that the incidence is too high, so I made the back one so it raises it up to reduce the incidence. We'll see what that does, okay? Also, I put on a tail skid. It doesn't show that, but landing on concrete, you know, it really kind of sands down the back, so the tail skid's good to have. Now for the prop, I have some 12-inch Hurricane props, but I wanted to try a 12-inch Senator prop, and I had a blank here from Volare, so I'm working on that. It's almost done. Just got to shape it and do some fine sanding. Okay. So I think that's everything, and we're finally ready to get covering here. So I'm going to do my usual thing: 1/3 mil on the wing, 1/4 on the stab and rudder, polyspan light for the fuselage, and we'll see how that comes out. All right, the Keil Kraft Ace finally finished. I started back in January. It's the end of October, but it actually didn't take very long to build. I just had some, you know, got a little distracted there on other things, okay? So I thought the wing covering went on really easy. You know, it's no funny compound curves or anything. So I think this is I'd recommend this kit to beginners, okay? Because the covering was easy and the laser structure went together nice. It was a really nice kit, all right? So I sprayed it. This is the Bougainvillea again, one of my favorite colors. So with that came out. I put a push rod on. You can see that for the rudder. Okay, now the prop before I had said it was the Senator, but it's not. It's actually a 12-inch Keil Kraft competitor. All right, since it's a Keil Kraft kit, I thought that'd be appropriate. Okay, it's actually very similar to the Hurricane prop. All right. Let's see, the total weight was 56 grams. I mean, that seems to be the magic number. The Black Bullet was 56 grams, the Pacific Ace was, the Comet Pepper was, okay? So that seems to be a good weight. They all fly great, all right? Now with the equipment, we're up to about 68 grams or so, and then with the battery, and of course I'm going to put the altimeter in there, so the actual flying weight will probably be around 70, 72 grams, somewhere around there, which I think isn't too bad, all right? I think I'm going to use the recommended motor, which was 12 strands, about 24-inch long, and that's close to what I've been using anyway on 12-inch props. The Hurricane I'm using 14 strand now because it's a little heavier, but I think the 12 will be good, and I'm going to start with that, just lightly braided as usual, and we'll see how that goes, okay? So of course I'm curious to see what happens now that I lowered the wing incidence, so we're going to get out and do some test flights and see how it goes. Looks like a lot of fun.
Okay, we got about 250 this time. Let's see what happens. Looks good. And here we come. Very nice. There you go. Not bad. We'll put a few more lines on. All right, got about 300 here. Going slow. Ooh, starting to climb a little. Very nice. Okay. We'll put some more lines in this time. All right. Well, it's great to be back in the great outdoors here. I haven't been flying in 6 months. Now the wind is coming from all funny directions, a little different from usual. It's kind of confusing, but And it is a little breezy for trimming. We got about 500. We'll see what this actually does now. And here we go. Oh, I feel a cool breeze. Alright, let's see. Yo, it's climbing. Nice. Wow, first time out with this. Look at that. Eek, I lost it. Boy, that's only 500 winds. This is gonna fly good. She really wants to go to those trees. I lost it. Nice. I'd probably have to change cameras because of the autofocus problem, but very nice. This plane flies nice. And there we are. And here's my retrieval. There you go. Okay, here we go. Got about 860. I reduced the incidence, the wing incidence, just a little bit. I mean, I increased it a little bit. So let's see. Oh, that looks good. That's nice. Jeez. Nice. Just very nice. Nice. Beautiful.